Today I will tell you the story of a narcissist. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to tell you the story of a narcissist. How does a person become a narcissist? What is the process that leads someone there? I'll try to explain all of this through a metaphor. The metaphor of an apple tree and its fruit. Imagine an apple tree. This tree bears a fruit, a small apple. Think of the apple as a child, in the tree as the parents, the family. The apple is nourished by the nutrients that come from the roots of the tree. In about 3 months, it ripens. Its color turns red, its taste forms, and it fills with vitamins. A ripe apple doesn't stay on the branch for long. When the time comes, it falls naturally. Why? Because it is time to go its own way. Otherwise, it will rot on the branch. That apple falls to the ground, becomes nourishment for other beings, and with the seed inside it, takes its first step toward becoming a new tree. One day, it too becomes a tree that touches other lives. Everything I've described so far is the natural process of a mature individual raised in a healthy family. But now, let's look at how a narcissistic structure is born. A narcissist may look like that small apple, but they are not adequately nourished. They may be close to the tree, their family, but they don't receive the essential nutrients: love, trust, emotional security. Not even after 6 months do they change color, develop taste, or emit any fragrance. And so, at this point, the apple begins to mimic in order to survive. It looks at the other apples and becomes jealous. Then it begins to look down on them. I'm the real apple. I could turn bright red if I wanted to, but I don't see the need right now. I could feed the whole world if I chose to, but I don't feel like it. In this way, it tries to glorify itself by denying its own deficiency. It belittles others because deep down it knows it has no color, no fragrance, no taste, and that truth hurts. But instead of confronting that truth and developing from it, it tries to elevate itself by bringing others down. It wants everyone to believe that it possesses taste, smell, and color. But internally, it is lacking. It is incomplete. That's why the narcissist cannot detach from the tree. They have lost the potential to become an independent individual. They remain dependent on the branch, but also drain it, because if they let go, they feel they will fall, cease to exist. When an unripe fruit is forcefully removed, it damages the branch and harms the tree. This is how a narcissistic person functions. They are dependent. They are attached to their family, but they also inflict pains on them. They are in a constant state of conflict. A narcissist spends their life trying to prove themselves. They claim to know everything. They believe they are the true apple. They see others as flawed, incomplete, even worthless. But the truth is, they never truly mature. Their behavior is childish. They sulk like a child, argue like a child, and react in strange ways. It's hard to have a healthy and joyful relationship with them because their behavior has no taste, no scent, no color. Even in marriage, because they are not mature, they become controlling. They cannot produce anything through their own success or inner strength. So instead, they criticize, belittle, and dominate their partner. Because deep down they know, I am not a real adult. I cannot build a new family with the seeds within me. This is a deep pain for them, but they try to hide that pain. They cover it up. That's why the narcissist acts like an adult, but in reality only mimics one. They are always pretending to be a successful person. They want to appear sufficient. And this continues throughout their life. You can't criticize them because they're already wounded, already feel worthless. You can't hold them accountable because they blame others for their lack of growth. They carry armor at all times, closed off to any form of critique. This is the tragic developmental story of a narcissist. Maybe the fault doesn't lie with the narcissist, but with the parents who raised them. Maybe it goes even further back to previous generations. But one thing is clear, a narcissist can never truly become an adult. They are a child. They are far from emotional depth. And they live an entire life with this inner void. They cannot find happiness themselves, nor can they bring it to those around them. It truly is a heartbreaking story. If this story made you think, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.